Hey Canadians, how y'all doing today? My name's Rodney Cordero. I was just watching TV. Watch Erin O'Toole with a runny nose on TV in Parliament in Ottawa. Now, I'm not even getting EI. I've not worked since December last year. Well, I got a couple days in January, a couple days in February. But other than that, 2.5 months, I've not worked. I can't even get EI because I work. But I'm told to stay home because you got any of those symptoms, you're supposed to stay home. But you got the leader for a party who literally has a runny nose and he wipes it. You can see the snot running down his nose. And he's in Parliament. He's not at home self-isolating himself because he has a runny nose. Right? EI ain't paying me. I'm told to stay home because, hey, a slight little cough. And the money they did give me, I got to pay back. And they only give you it once. So 2 months I've been without pay. 2.5 months I've not worked, pretty much. Worked 2 days in February and 2 days and 1 day in March. Yeah, then I got told to stay home until I get January, February. Oh, February I stayed home a couple days. It was my birthday, so. Yeah, and it's just like, well, if you got one of these symptoms, you got to go home. But if you can see Erin O'Toole with a runny nose, you can see it running down his nose, snot. But he's not at home. Why? Because he wants your vote that badly. He's going to lie, cheat, and steal from Canadian taxpayers to get what he wants. Just like Trudeau and all the people in power right now. You think they ain't stuffing millions of dollars in their pocket? They can't even account for the money. Right? Billions of dollars are ending up in their bank accounts. And we Canadians don't know what happened to the money. Well, it's because it's in their bank accounts. That's why there's no record of it. Right? How am I going to get $100 million? Well, just write a check and make it for cash and just deposit it in his bank and nobody will know. Right? I think it's a shame. Right? Hard-working Canadians that pay decades of EI can't even claim EI. I'm not entitled to EI. I could actually file this Friday. It's Tuesday. So next Tuesday, I might get me one check. Or 2 checks. 1 check. Whatever it is. It's a 2-week period. Or is it 1 week period? Yeah, I could file from that to that. So that's a 2-week period I can file for. But the whole month of January and February, I can't get paid for. Dumb, right? Told to stay home for safety of others. But the government doesn't look out for us. They'll look out for Ford company, give them $3 billion to build cars. $100 million that stayed in Canada. The rest of it went to the U.S. They're building everything in the U.S. Everything's getting shipped here. And the cars are getting assembled here. They're not getting built here. Right? The batteries ain't getting built here, and the other stuff ain't getting built here. The motors, the seats, the tires, all that stuff. If it's not getting built here, then it's not made in Canada. It's assembled in Canada. Big difference. Like thousands of people's jobs difference. Right? You're going to secure 1,000 people's jobs, and while you got 20 million Canadians like me, I can't get EI. Why? I pay EI. I've literally been home for 2.5 months now. I don't even know if I want to go back to my job because they're just going to tell me to come home again. It's like, I need money. I'm actually looking for a new job. I got an interview tomorrow. So, it's like, okay, I'm going to end up getting a new job even before I get EI. Why? Because the government's looking out for the rich. That's all they're doing. They're talking about bailing out airlines and stuff. These are billion-dollar companies. Why are we bailing out billion-dollar companies? Well, their stockholders and stuff took their money and They don't want to put that money back in. That's their money now. No. That's what it boils down to, y'all. The rich want to keep getting richer off us, the hard-working people. There's 25 million of us here in Canada. 25 million hard-working Canadians that barely get by, barely ever go on vacations. And if they do, when they come back, they're broke. It's just like, well, what happened to our lives? Well, the rich keep getting richer off the poor. Trust me when I say this, we are slaves. If you don't make more than $100,000 a year, you are a slave. Period. Simple. Right? Your boss, or if you work at Tim's or McDonald's, do you ever see the owner? No. They're at home, enjoying their profits while their employees barely survive. Ain't things never going to change unless we make change. Like Eric O'Toole, runny nose on TV in the parliment in Ottawa, but he's not at home. Tell me where things are right there, right? I had a slight cough and I was told to stay home, go home. There's this guy with a runny nose. He sat there, pulled out his handkerchief and wiped it. Oh, man, I got a runny nose. I hope nobody's seen that. I don't really care because I'm lying to him about everything else. I'll lie to him about this too. Man, that's all they do is lie to us. You always hear this. They're going to look out for the workers. But have we ever been looked out for? 150 years. Guess what, y'all? We're still slaves to the rich. That's the way it's always going to be. I mean, these people have nannies and nurses and cooks coming to their house to cook for them. They're slaves too. There's the white masters and whoever they're hiring is not white. You look at the government, all you see is white faces, right? Racial discrimination, it's there. It's always been there. You guys want to talk about opening up the government to people of color? Well, you let people of color get in. You don't let them get in, guess what? You are a bunch of racist people who are looking to keep it white. That's my personal opinion, right? You just look and you see all white people. Even when you could look into the other provincial areas, the mayors and all them, they're all white. And everybody in the city halls, they're all white. And okay, the white always been looking out for themselves. White actually might hate me for that, but it's true. It's true. Right? You got women working in government. They've been in government. They're white. They're not colored, but women have been in government. It's just like, well, I'm confused. Why all these women have, well, women got rights. They should get paid equal. They should do the job they get paid to do. But I think it's just the rich stealing from the poor to make themselves richer. Period. You think O'Toole ever worked hard days in his life? No. I'd like to see him do my job for a week. Metro Selector. 6 to 7 tons of food on the pallets every night for people go to grocery stores. They got food. But guess what? I worked all year during the whole pandemic. But I'm not a frontline worker, which sucks, right? I literally jeopardized my life going to work every day so people could go to the grocery store and get food. And it's just like, well, it's a hard job. You don't get paid much to do it. I'm pretty sure if he did that job for a year, he'd be filing for bankruptcy. That's the difference in pay, right? You got all these government officials literally making $10,000 a month or more. $2,500 a week. I mean, I know a lot of Canadians that make that in a month. Why are they making so much? You don't work. Half of you are at home right now and ain't doing nothing. And it's like they're still getting paid to do nothing. Right? You figured they'd take a price cut. No. We want to steal from the poor, and we ain't ever going to let that happen. So, yeah. And it ain't going to change unless you guys decide it's time for change. Because I'm willing to stand up for y'all. I'm going to make investigations into where all the money went. Make it a new law that if you work for the government, you don't have rights to your personal bank accounts because you're entrusted to billions and millions of dollars, trillions of dollars. And guess what? We want to know where that money went. If that money ended up in your bank account, we want to know. It's like the Ford company. Gave them $3 billion. Where'd they spend the money? Not in Canada. Not in Canada. So, I think we're getting stolen from. Big time. And ain't nothing ever going to change unless Canadians stand up and say, you know what? It's time for a change. They've had 150 years and they've done nothing but look out for themselves. Themselves and their friends. So, that's the way it is. It's like the We Charity. It's his buddies. You didn't think he was going to get like $50 million kickback for giving them $1 billion? Yeah, right. His wife got paid cash, and then her whole trip was paid for. So it's like a vacation. But she still got paid. It's like, well, shouldn't you just like took the vacation and spent your own money and did it? It's like charity, right? No, I'm getting paid. It's a charity. Everybody gets paid for doing charity. And that's the truth, y'all. 90% of the money you give to a charity ends up in somebody's pocket. True. I worked for a charity. I made $1,200 in one night because I was able to collect $3,600 from people who thought they were paying for one thing when they were actually paying for my salary and somebody else's salary and somebody else's salary. I did not do that for long because I felt bad. First night at work, I got like $400. $400. That just says charity. Oh, no, you get paid. I'm like, wait a second. If I'm getting 30%, you're getting 30%, what happens to the other 40? Well, the regional manager gets 30%, and then the other 10% actually goes to the charity. I wish I would have recorded that. But, yeah, that's the way it works. I would like any charity tell me otherwise. I think it's a bunch of crap because they all do it. And if they ain't got people canvassing the streets, they're paying for advertising. Millions of dollars in advertising to get millions of dollars off of you to pay for more advertising to get more money off of you. It's just a big game, and all that money ends up into CEO's pocket like Amazon did. Billionaire. He's working his charities. You'd think he's spending any of his own money? No. Charities are paying for everything he's doing right now. Wherever he goes, whatever he does, if he needs a maid or cook, guess what? Charity's paying for it. Which means everybody that gives to the charity, you're paying for it. You are paying like the Wee brothers. They live in mansions that people paid for. All be safe, be well. Vote for me, Rodney Cordero. Otherwise, you'll look back and be like, I should have did that. I should have voted for the guy. He might have actually changed things because everybody else, they're looking out for themselves. They'll lie to you. We're looking out for the business people, the hardworking people. I got a runny nose right now, and I'm wiping it on TV. And I should be at home, getting no pay because I'm supposed to stay home for 2 weeks. What? Stay home for 2 weeks, not get paid, and collect that CERB. See how you do. They don't care about us. We got to stand up for ourselves. Otherwise, the rich are just going to keep getting richer and the poor are going to stay poor. Period. Be safe.